This episode of the Devinwade Show is brought to you by Ace the Engineer, the only other audio engineer I trust to mix the Devinwade Show. If you want your stuff to sound professional, make sure to hit up Ace the Engineer, unless he's with like Beyonce or Patti LaBelle or some shit like that at the moment. Follow Ace the Engineer on IG at Ace the Engineer.
Dev Nasty.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Dev Nasty, aka Dangerous Dev Nasty, aka Choke Your Mama, aka Choke Your Pop Out. And listen, man, of course, we got the whole gang in the building. Of course, to the left of me.
You know what? My name's gonna be Walesca Hottie.
Tell them.
It's so hot in the studio. We've been
is.
having a heat wave down here in South Jersey.
Yes.
And literally, that's gonna be my name the next couple weeks until this heat wave stops. Literally, Walesca D, hot. I'm literally gonna have to come to the show with no clothes on.
When you're hot, is the water hot?
Everything's hot.
It's a jacuzzi.
That shit's steaming. It might burn you. I don't know. That might be too much.
It turns into a warm swimming pool.
Nah, it's too much. It's really hot. But y'all already know it's me, the Walesca D. The Walesca D.
AKA.
It's the heat. It's
AKA
the
the
heat.
steam room.
AKA the
Literally,
sauna.
it's the sauna. Fuck the steam room. It's hot as shit. Hello?
A sauna is a steam room.
No, it's not.
A steam room is a wet sauna.
Exactly. Hello.
Oh, look. Oh, okay. Oh, look. They
What's a dry sauna?
do
A
have
regular
that.
sauna.
It's dry heat.
They do got
Don't worry,
dry
Monica.
saunas.
We learn every day, boo.
Yeah.
And to the left,
They
listen.
said that's what you get for trying to correct people with your Karen ways.
I'll bring you into my world
Not shit
sometime.
Karen ways. That ain't
She said the
shit.
Karen part came out. And of course, to the left of her.
Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy, Paramount, man. Cut the check. Let's go. Action, lights, camera. Pull up P. I'm still at the gym.
Hold on, yo, so you do
He
yours.
went backwards. Action, lights, camera.
You tell the niggas to start filming before the lights is even on.
Yeah, well, no. What I told him was to pay me first.
That's the sex scene. The sex scene,
And
Porta.
then we go with the lights, camera. Action first is payroll, Porter.
Oh,
Pay me
shit.
first.
Put Porter to payroll. Nah, but no bullshit. It's Double P, man. Y'all know the vibes. The gang is here.
Listen, and you know we got the nasty girls with us at all time. So, to the left of me.
We got Sin City, and we out here rocking with the new titties.
Yeah, she's still celebrating the titties. Actually, y'all, she actually censored the titties for y'all.
I did.
I'm gonna tell y'all, she done, her nipples was popping too much.
Yeah, I was nippy hustle out here. I had to wrap them up.
So she went and put Band-Aids on the titties because she said y'all can't be jerking off to the Devinwade Show. We need
No,
you
not
to
today.
pay attention to the content.
I'm gonna need y'all to pay extra for that. So
Did
y'all,
you-
Oh,
y'all
but-
hit the Cash App on the screen below and start sending us some of that money.
Listen, we
And stop
could.
sending me dick videos.
First off, please stop sending her
Send me
dicks.
dick videos.
And listen, no
Because I'm going
bull-
to show
listen,
the boys. So
no
if you want the
bullshit.
boys
Listen,
to see it,
No homo
I
pause.
just showed Porta.
Y'all know she a dog. She played too much. She told me she had something for me to see. I thought it was something like
definitely showed him a
I thought it
penis.
was like family, respectably something. She showed me Arthur Ashe's dick. Like whoever sent
It was
it.
an ashy
listen,
dick.
If you want,
Whoever's penis
listen, bro,
with the gray rug on the floor.
listen.
yo.
As soon as she flicked it, I'm like, what are
he
you
pulled
doing?
a
Like,
Houdini. He was
so-
standing there. John
but-
was just
But
floating.
he saw it was
But
ashy.
no bullshit, no homo. The first thing I noticed is that it was super like gray.
It was
It was-
albino.
it was
like he was
dry.
black, but it was albino.
It was ashy.
Was it an alien dick? Was that? Was it a gray alien?
The girth and the size, I'll give you that, but like it was still ashy.
was
Oh, so you
ashy.
complimenting the dick now?
I gotta give
Yeah.
him something. I want him to keep watching the show. I'm sure he's one of your fans.
It was given dry.
Now you're a fan.
I ain't gonna hold you when you listen. Let me tell you something, right? Cause y'all know you kind of like got the advantage when you send out a dick pic. I feel right. Angles and all that shit kick in even in a pic, right? And I feel like if you gonna be sending dick pics, your dick pic should be looking humongous. If you packing, if you semi decent, your dick pic should be looking humongous. Cause I know I ain't gonna hold you. People can say what they want. I don't care. I get tired of being humble sometimes. But I know if I play with my shit and I really send out some pics, I'm gonna send you this motherfucker looking like a rocket. No bullshit.
Penis picture Porta.
And it ain't gonna be ashy.
PPP loan in the building.
I've been eating sea moss, which helps the skin glow.
He's panoramic Porta.
Hold on, you know what they say though? When you don't release, meaning, come.
Bust.
Right?
Right.
They say it helps with hair growth. It helps with your skin to glow from inside out and all that. Yep.
Right.
So if you don't come for a long period of time, there's health benefits.
You mean
to
like
it.
if you take a break from like...
So
If you
hold
just
on,
don't
you
do
trying
it.
to tell
They
me
say
that I
that
went
only
bald
to-
from busting nuts?
Maybe too many.
Damn.
No, that's a fact. That's a
saying.
fact.
I have
too
noticed
many.
more
believe
hair.
it.
I have noticed more hair growing like at a rapid pace in the
You
last
see?
year with me.
And you look a
because
little bit more
I've
glowy
been
now.
detoxing.
Your skin
Yeah.
does
You
look...
haven't been
They say
detoxing.
the best thing is just ejaculate, when you're gonna conceive, when you're wanting to conceive. No,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the fact.
people not
You want
doing
your hair
that.
to grow? You want your hair to grow?
Not enough. Not for
Not
that.
enough?
Not for that case. I don't give a fuck. Make my line go further
I was going to
back.
say, even if it did grow, I feel like Dev hairline would be like right
Yeah,
here.
nah, my shit would be like
What
here
hairline?
now. Matter of fact, I should try to find an old picture of me with LeBron in. But speaking of bussing, this is not the subject.
Definitely
today.
didn't introduce me, but hey guys, it's your favorite
Nah.
mulatto, Monica.
Oh yeah, damn. You
I'm
know
in the
why?
building.
You know
I've
why?
been forgotten
You know
before.
why?
Same
You didn't know how to turn the
Same
AC
ass.
on.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. What happened? You jumped in and was correcting people about saunas that was wrong.
No, Porta
And-
said
and-
that I
and-
showed him a dick. That's where we went down.
And
the
due to
rabbit hole.
that, I already thought that you were introduced. But is Monica the dick pic shower in the
Mixed
building?
love with the big
And
butt.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that
do
to
what?
men.
I'll do it again.
Don't do that.
I'll
Like
do
tell
it
men
again.
you got something to show them and then show them an ashy dick.
I feel like if I gotta see it, you guys gotta see it, cause of you.
No.
I
It's
don't got
cause of
nothing to do
you.
with that. We don't got nothing to do with that.
It's 'cause
With
of you.
The deals you making with these guys out here.
I didn't make no deal.
You made some kind of deal. I don't know. But
You made a deal dough.
I made a deal do.
listen, I don't know what the fuck was going on.
What
I
But
do?
just know next time, just make sure you turn the AC on properly, please.
yes,
Monica.
yes, because this is what she
This
did.
why
She-
I'm about to
It's
faint.
hot with the AC. It's hot with the AC.
She turned the fan on, not the air conditioner. So it was blowing
He
nothing
got a
but hot air.
1960s thermostat
hot
back there.
air. That's all it was. But on the way earlier, I was in an Uber. The lady driver was an interesting character. I get inside the car. She's like, "Oh wow, I'm picking up another Devin." It knows your name and shit like that. She's like, "I'm picking up another Devin." So I'm like, "Another Devin." And she was just like, "Yeah, that's my son's name or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, that's what's up, whatever." You make small talk when you in the fucking joint. So I'm just like, Devin, like with the I, she was like, "It's the only way to spell it. Anything else is something else or whatever." I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool." So I was like, so she was just like, how'd your mom come up with your name and shit like that? And I was like, actually, my mom got it from like a cologne that came out in like the 80s or some shit. You know what I mean? And I was like, so how'd you come up with yours? You making small talk. She was like, I tried to figure out names that sounded good being moaned. This lady's
About her son?
Did she give you an example?
She said but she gave an example of names that wasn't good. Like this lady's driving an Uber and starts moaning out weird. Like you can't be naming like
Let me try.
Bartholomew.
Let me
Like
try.
she started
Devin.
No, don't name this one. Don't name this name.
Hey,
No,
Bartholomew.
Devin the son, not Devin the Wade. Devin the son.
Yeah, you gotta name the other.
That was hot though. That was pretty good.
Say
That was pretty
Bartholomew.
good.
But
Simone Bartholomew.
no, she had
Okay,
a bunch
wait, hold
of
on. Let me
them.
say. Bartholomew. I can't even do that
What?
seriously.
You're not supposed to moan and then do the
Wait,
name. Moan into the name.
Okay.
Bartholomew.
What?
Wait.
Your moans is trash.
First of all, first of all, if my name was Bartholomew and I'm busting your ass, you gonna call me Bart.
That's terrible too.
Just moan Bart, though.
Shout out to Chelsea Lee, the real moaner, man. Your sister
Yeah.
ain't got the moaning skills, man.
Boy, bye.
Yeah, I mean, she ain't got the moaning. But this lady,
Put her,
really,
Chelsea, come back just for one episode, and I want to hear you say Bartholomew.
moan
You
off.
have
a moan
Yeah.
off. It's gonna be a
Yo,
moan off.
I cannot.
I have a moan off. But yo, it was just weird that this lady even had that take on it and was shouting out some of these like weird names that she said just didn't work. And Is it just me,
It's
or is
true.
that weird? Is that weird to name your kid based on? She was like, I don't want my son to have a name that. She said she
she's
wanted her
smart.
son to get bitches,
Right.
and she wanted her son to have a moanable name.
She might have been
She's
like
smart.
maybe she was a madam.
I don't know.
Like she ran like escorts or something.
Because
she white?
it is awkward to like say certain names.
Was
That's
she
why you
white?
just
feel
don't
right.
say them.
It doesn't feel
Was
right.
she white?
No.
What was she?
She was black. She had dreads. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, she was with the shit.
Yeah, she said he getting dick down at 12. I'm gonna make sure he come correct early.
She a free spirit.
Literally.
She a free
Come
spirit. She
correct.
wants her son to fuck a lot.
She wanted to be like, Dad.
Did you say?
So why is it okay when she moaned dead?
No, I'm just.
Wally was like
'Cause
singing.
I'm referencing
Like
the
a
son.
princess
I'm
from Shrek.
referencing the death.
Hers did sound like some. Yo, first off, shout out to her son, because this nigga's like 13 years old and he got grown women moaning his name. Shout out to young boy.
But I'm
Oh,
just
you
thinking
making-
in her head, was she just saying like, Devin?
She
Like,
tried-
what
I'm
are you doing?
uncomfortable. I'm
She said,
uncomfortable.
You're
I don't
uncomfortable.
know. She went through the other names. She was just naming different names and shit like that she said didn't work. Did y'all ever run into stuff like that? Like you fucking with a nigga and you just didn't feel right saying his
Absolutely.
name?
Absolutely.
I just don't say his
That's
name.
a real
I'll
thing.
say
Yeah.
baby or something.
Hold on.
No, I'll
That's-
do this. I'll go, fuck.
Yes.
Fuck. Like, I'm not gonna say your name.
Hold on. So is it that
Or
you
that
don't
feels
say
good.
Yeah.
you don't say all names or certain names just don't
Certain
come-
names
Certain
don't
names.
smooth. It doesn't sound right.
sounds
It doesn't come
weird.
out
Yeah.
right.
What was a
Like-
bad name that you couldn't say that you couldn't?
You want her to say it so that he knows?
Yeah, fuck it. Yo.
I'm gonna say it, I just gotta think it.
What
Because
was
you know
it?
my 20 bodies are just.
Listen, you're not gonna say like, for example, I wasn't moaning like Neef's name, like honey.
What did you
Like,
say?
I was-
What did you say? Can't stop, won't stop.
No, I wasn't like, can't stop Rockefeller. No, I'm not. No.
Get down.
I wasn't.
Did he
that
ever
wasn't-
throw the diamond up on you? Did you ever
That
look
would have
back?
been wild. If he did that, that would have been wild. If he did that, that would have been wild.
You would have probably said half the name though. You'd have said Neef.
Nah. It's just weird, like Neef. It's
Neef,
just,
leave a comment. Let us know if she
It's
lying,
one
if she said the
syllable.
name, if she rapped the bars, if you threw the diamond up. Let us
we didn't do
know.
none of that.
I was messing with one guy that had the same name as my brother and my father, so I didn't say his name
Oh,
for that
no.
reason. For that reason, and because it wasn't a name that I could say.
That you could get
Charles.
into?
Like I can't. It was Charles.
Not even.
But that's why I don't say Poppy, because that's what I call my dad. I'm not gonna be like, oh Poppy, that's weird.
No, I'll say daddy, but I'm not
I'm
saying.
not
I
even
can't say
saying.
it's government.
I'm not saying daddy neither. I
I
call
don't
my.
I really wouldn't want nobody to say
so
Poppy.
only
I mean, it's
some
kinda
people
like,
give daddy energy though.
Yeah. Poppy's
can't.
Poppy's overused now. I feel like everything's like, oh, Poppy.
I can't say
I
that.
think-
I feel like
you
only
should
Spanish
use-
people
I
should say
think-
Poppy.
No, I actually think the opposite.
No.
I actually think everybody who's not Spanish should use
Oh, wow.
Poppy.
Yeah, 'cause
to
that's,
the
like,
Spanish people,
stereotypical.
Poppy actually comes off like slightly racist.
What?
In which, so you like
To the
that?
actual Spanish guy is what I'm telling you. Like it might, because it's almost like you saying daddy. You
Yeah.
saying really like a form
That's
of
facts.
daddy.
I'm only
Right.
saying Poppy to a Puerto Rican though, or a
Right.
Spanish person. I mean,
Yeah, she's not gonna say Poppy to
and
a
I'm
black
just
guy.
telling you that I think it's the opposite. I think Poppy would actually work for
Anybody.
a guy who's not Spanish.
Two, a black male and a black female that's out there,
No.
and she fucking the shit out of them niggas. She calling him Poppy.
Nah.
I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you from personal experience, it's never
Don't do
happened.
that.
It never happened in a black on black.
Well, I don't think.
She like, oh Poppy.
I don't think for real. I don't
And
think.
he's
I
like,
don't
the
think.
fuck?
I don't think it's too many people using Poppy. Period. I don't think. Me personally, I don't think. But
it's more like a son name.
Poppy
like a little-
is too 90s, early 2000s.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
I think
just,
it's, I think it's
like
played.
what it's like kind of like where Wally was saying, like with the whole name, it's kind of like just corny. It's weird. It's like
Yeah, you're not saying nobody's name
I would hear
having sex. It's
for a
not
lot of
happening.
times I don't even hear names for real. A lot of times I hear just women, telling you fuck them, fuck me harder.
I mean,
What name would you want them to use though? Like Richie?
Oh no, I say weird shit. No, don't get it fucked
No,
up.
what-
When I'm
no,
What
what
getting
name
you
do you
want
want them
them
to
to
use?
name you for you?
I might
Porta
say
or
something
Richie?
stupid.
No.
I'm
No,
stupid
What,
like
you
that.
God.
what do you want her to
What
call
name?
you? Porta, Rich, Richie.
I'm like again. You keep
Pirates
asking me the
P.
same shit. I'm gonna keep telling y'all the same shit. I might say something dumb.
They not
I
asking
might
what
say-
you
No, I'm
say.
not you. I'm saying what you want her to
Something's
call
up.
you.
What I want her to call me is something dumb.
Oh, wait,
Tell
go
me,
ahead.
big dog, keep dogging it. Say anything. Like once I'm just telling you like I can get silly. I'm not telling you I'm like that every time. Sometimes I might just be like, yeah.
Shit's
if
crazy.
if I get to talking, right? And I'm only gonna talk when I'm in a certain element in that shit, right? Where I see certain faces and just you doing certain shit to let me know I'm in that element. And then I might feel a little frisky, a little froggy, like, okay, let me see if I can get her to say some shit.
Wait, has she ever said something that made you go soft?
I was just about to say that. I don't like no comedy in my shit. I don't like no comedy.
That shit throws me off.
Yeah, it throws
too.
me off. Like, even if I fucking, like, let's say you end up fucking.
Let's say you twerking.
No, let's say you, be quiet. Let's say you fucking and something is on, like, fucking the Hangover or something in the background. Something funny happening in the movie could throw my dick loose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like something, I don't want to.
Well, you shouldn't be concentrating to that.
No, it's just that sometimes that shit happens and you start listening to McLovin or some shit, some dumb shit coming from the movie.
That's why you gotta put like a good movie on. You gotta put like a Love Jones
You gotta
on.
you gotta put boring movies on. One of the movies that will always get you ass if you sit down and do a Netflix and chill, No Country for Old Men.
I think
before the movie even start, you'll be getting mopped off.
I think talking and sex at the end of the day is for like certain people. I think you have certain females that appreciate the talk and they talk.
Yeah.
And they'll like it. And then I got people, I think it's like Dev said, he not with no jokes, no talking, period. So you got people that's like that. They like, because I've had it. I've dealt with a female where I might start saying something and they might be
like... And she like, shut up, nigga.
No, they like, nah, just chill. You know what I mean? And you, guess what? You
but
respect
how do you
it.
feel when they do
yeah,
that?
when they tell you shut up while you on your Wesley Pipes, you was trying to narrate.
It ain't no big deal. That shit is like whack for a nigga to get in his feelings about something so minor. Okay, you don't like talking. I can easily adapt to the silent killer. I'ma still kill the pussy. I'ma still dog the pussy. I'ma give you. No, I'm just telling you. I'ma give you what you want. Ain't that what we supposed to do?
I don't know.
What, I'ma sit in there and argue over my personal? I want you to talk, or I want to talk.
Yeah, but you never had a joint that talked too much and this shit fucked you up, where you was kind of like, I don't know how to tell her stop.
I mean, that's a different scenario. Me personally, I can't really say that I had.
I feel like if I can talk, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. I feel like
What you mean, like talk like what? Like too much conversation?
No, like girl, like
talking.
some women, like if let's say they ride in or something like that, and they like, yeah, this pussy.
They be having conversations.
Like women
literally.
love to like suit themselves.
Monica, we not talking about like a normal conversation that a nigga gonna try to hold with you.
Niggas
while he
be
fucking
asking
you.
questions though,
I'm
like,
talking about
that aren't even
sex.
yes or no.
Nah, well some
You know
niggas
what
do.
be
You
funny?
right. You right. Some niggas do ask questions. You right.
What's your
Some niggas
social
do.
security?
Nah, one time I asked a female who was better, cause I knew she was fucking my man.
Yeah, that's what a violation.
And that's when I would have been like, shut up, keep going.
Well, I mean, she pretty much kind of like
Plead
did.
the fifth.
But I'm just telling you that when I was young, I was wild like that. We'd
know
be
what?
out there, we'd be fucking. We know you. I know you fuck my man. He know you. He know you fucking us both, and you know you fucking us both.
Hold on, you know what be
Yeah,
funny
that's
though?
wild.
That be happening to me sometimes. Is like they talking to you, but you can't hear. Like I'm like, what he say? I'm like, and it's like he asked you something, you still.
And that's why guys ask you questions.
You bring them closer to kind of be like,
And you can't
And
say
you know-
like,
and
what did
you-
you say? Because
Yeah,
it
I don't
throws
wanna
everything
say that.
But you
off.
can't get mad if after that he nutting your hair.
Yo.
And you be like, oh, hold
Nah.
on, but he was trying to tell you, I'm about to
Nah,
nut.
on some old school shit. This is the dirty shit. It was me, my peoples, and we had two joints. But the room only.
you never want to say who the friend was.
I can't.
I feel like he
Because we
always
probably
drops
always figure
Don
it
Michael
out.
Jr.
No.
What's
Nah,
that?
he would say
Dominique.
Don.
No.
He would say Don
I be
if it was
shouting
Don.
people. I be shouting people, but in this case, I can't do him like that. But
We probably
the
know who it is.
the room only had one bed in there, right? It was like a big ass bed. So he's literally, I'm on the bed with a joint. He's on the bed knocking the joint down or
see
whatever
how
like
y'all-
that.
So are you guys like back to back and y'all are like,
No, like I'm in my lane right here. He in his lane. They white joints though.
of course.
Me and my white joint.
I'm just saying they more into that shit. Like you're
I said, damn.
Yo, so me and my
come
white
on,
joint.
we mulattoes. You
We
get it.
do what we do. We done now. We chilling. We try to go to sleep. They still over there trying to do what they do. But it was kind of a situation like what Wally's saying where, yo, we over there laughing because my peoples, I guess it was a rap for him, right? And he told the joint, he was like,
I nutted. I can hear him. We can hear him. And she was like, huh? he was like, I nutted. Huh?
And
I nutted. Huh? I nutted. It was like over. And then he said, I came. She was like, oh. And it was because white Jones don't use that term like that.
yeah.
They don't say that. She didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
She's like, nutted.
Yeah, and he busted. I think he probably went raw and busting her. That was kind of crazy because we ain't know them bitches from a can of paint, really.
So
Yeah,
shout out to you.
that's
You got a
wild.
kid floating around
I
somewhere.
mean, life is one big risk.
Hello?
Oh, yo, speaking of names, we talking about yelling out names and shit like that. That was literally some random shit that happened on a car ride. I wish I knew the lady's name because I would have fully shouted her out on
You
this.
can check in your Uber app.
Shouted her out on the podcast. That's possible?
yeah.
Hold on. This
last
ain't my
ride.
phone. This ain't-
Look, keep grabbing Sid's phone.
Hold on. I'm gonna look.
I don't have a white child with blue eyes.
I'm gonna look while we go into the next joint, but it actually flows into this because sometimes when you meet people, people get tattoos. People normally fill up their body with a bunch of tattoos that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? And but some tattoos do mean something, and it's usually like people's names. When you meet somebody and you start dating somebody
Oh, Jesus.
that has somebody else's name tattooed on them.
Oh.
At what point, when do you feel like you can say to them, yo, you need to get that shit removed or covered up?
You trying to throw a shot?
No, who got a shot? Who got a...
You got a boy tattooed on you?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do.
I ain't know that.
I never knew. Where the fuck?
I knew that.
Yeah.
I think I seen.
I don't think
I seen
anybody would know. Let us see.
Hold on, nobody knows that.
Nobody
No
do.
idea.
No,
It's
it
on
ain't
your
on my
wrist.
neck.
Isn't
It's
it?
on
Oh,
my,
well,
it's
listen.
on my arm.
Yo, you gave yourself
It's
away.
right here.
Look at it.
Oh, see, we wouldn't. I wouldn't even be able to tell what
Yeah.
that said. That's like cursive. That shit could have said Miller Lite.
Right.
That's like that shit looked like.
But
That
this definitely resonates because I was with it, it was my ex. I was with him for like, a decent amount of time. I thought this was a forever thing, but clearly it's not. But the person I'm talking to, he did say, he was like, listen, if we ever if I ever propose to you or anything, I'm not proposing to you until that's removed.
All right, so he
So-
jumped to the proposal level though.
Yeah.
Well,
He was like,
that's kind of like that's kind of like what's going to be my answer. That for me, it's okay, and maybe like the getting to know each other phase, right?
Of course.
We getting to know each other. I just met you. I can't come into your life saying, hey, but going into a certain direction in a relationship after a certain amount of time, like.
I feel
The
like
only way, the only difference, and I want to mention this because it's different layers to this shit. The only difference,
If the person is just a person they dated,
right? But what if he's deceased?
I mean, that jumps to the whole nother thing.
Oh, okay, all right, so we'll leave that at that.
That's a whole, yeah.
But that's the only way that I would kind of like maybe like show a little bit more leniency and be a little bit more patient after we reach the phase of we're about to be something super serious. It's us, end of the world, right? Because I feel like if that is the case, if we are going that route and we are getting that serious, then that's when the time requires where you would be like, yo, that's your past. That's
but
over.
I'm not gonna hold you though. Even if the person's deceased, and this is my significant other, out of respect of my significant other, and that's somebody I'm gonna, be ultimately with forever.
Right.
I will remove that just out of, regardless of
I
the
respect
love I
that.
have, for that person. Like it's just.
I respect that.
But when, so my question though is when? If you, so obviously you dating a person, like in the beginning, you just meeting them and shit like that. You don't know them yet. But once it's to the point where you say, this is my boyfriend.
Yeah.
This is my girlfriend. For me personally, I can't have my girl have some other nigga's name tatted on her. I've dealt with women before that had names written on them, and it's kind of weird to me, especially, and I think it depends too on like where it's at. Like you got a name on your arm that I never even knew was there. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So I don't know. Is it worse depending on where it's at? Like when
Like
they
if
got
it's on
them-
their back.
I need it
Above the
in
vagina?
the situations I ran into like this. What I needed was right. What I needed was like a brand new start, right, with these people, with this person, right? And as long as that was there, I just felt like you would, it would give me signs and remind me that maybe you still somehow, some way have thoughts of that possibly
Or haven't let go.
reigniting, working, or still just got feelings for a period. Because I just feel like what I would need, if me and you ever reach that point where it's about me and you, we going to the end, super solid, right? And you got an ex who was supposed to be, but it didn't work out now. It's obvious it didn't work out because it's me and you now. I just feel like we need a fresh new start.
But what about, but
A
you
clean
saying
slate.
to the end super solid sounds like marriage, nigga. I don't give a fuck if we just got together. We started dating 3 months in, we say we're boyfriend and girlfriend. How can my girlfriend have
Like when you say I love you, how about at that stage? Like when you're saying I love you.
I don't know many people that got a girlfriend
I-
that they don't say I love you to, but that's my girl.
I agree to a certain extent. I think, and maybe it's a time thing, right? I just feel like when you do meet somebody, right? Because we know when we meet people, it's human nature that a person has history and
Right.
has other shit that they've done.
Right.
So I just feel like for me, and it's just for me, because then you know, you can be different, and I respect it. But for me, I would definitely like, once I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm instantly gonna know to myself at some point in time, if we was to click and really try to go forward, that gotta go. But I might bear with it for a while. Only on the strength that I want to give you the proper opportunity and time to get to know me, and just to make sure that in this decision, when I finally do crack for it or ask for it, I want you to have a fair amount of knowledge of me and where we're going.
I feel like I would say no to you because you dealt with it for the amount of time you already dealt with it. So what's the difference?
That's a great fucking joint right there. That's why I gotta let you know from the rip what I'll tolerate and won't.
Right.
Because this is the thing. I'm not asking you to replace the name with my name. If
just
you
don't
not
wanna
with
see it.
that nigga no more,
Then why
is it there?
what the fuck is it there? Even if it don't work out with me, the next nigga that comes across named Johnny, why the fuck you still say Timmy on your back?
Nah, I get it.
Unless you're planning on going to Timmy or finding a new Timmy, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You feel what I'm saying?
I agree.
I'm just saying,
remove-
listen, don't get it fucked up, Monica. I hear you loud and clear. I'm just saying, me personally, the type of person I am, I will be patient and give people that time. And if you chose to do some shit like that, then guess what? You just wasn't the one.
I think for
Like,
me,
it's not hard.
I think for me, I was already planning to get it removed, so it was an easy yes for me. Now, if it was a situation where I'm getting to know you, and now I would still feel the same. I can't even say either way. I would. Because someone is setting their boundaries. Like, listen, if you telling me from the beginning, like, listen, if we go any further, if we become serious, I don't really want you to have another man's name.
Yeah.
And it gives you the opportunity to be like, you know what? Am I going to keep dealing with him or not?
Because once again, this is not a person saying replace their name with
No,
me.
they're just
I'm
saying-
But it
saying
doesn't change the
Hey,
fact
Dev.
that I was theirs at one point and I slept with them. It doesn't like
no,
take
it,
that
does,
away.
No.
it doesn't change that. But
So
I'm gonna tell you the difference. If I'm your dude and I'm hitting, and every time I'm hit, you gotta see Darlene written across my chest. My old girl. Every time I'm on top of you, you look
All right,
up.
so it does matter where it's at.
it
does.
So if I'm hitting a chick from the back and on her motherfucking back,
She got
that
Malik.
shit says Malik. Yeah, like, I don't want to look at the name Malik and be like, this my girl. When I bust on her fucking ass cheeks and her cheeks say Malik on them.
You could be like, fuck you, Malik.
Nah, ain't no fucking
Does it
Malik.
matter if it was like just like a guy tattoo, like it was like our cousin or something? Does it really like change the fact that you're reading a man's name?
No.
cousin.
No.
Why would you get your cousin name?
Say he passed away.
No, but it wouldn't be on your ass,
It
number
might.
one.
It might.
I never really heard of
Kevin
cousins.
Gates
I
in
never
my
really-
ass.
I never really heard of cousins getting tatted
No. A person.
unless they die.
No,
That's
you know,
what I'm
shit,
saying.
no.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
you're not going to get it tatted on
I
that.
know.
If your cousin didn't die, you fucked your cousin.
No, listen. I know of people that'll put like close cousins, siblings on their body or shit like that. I don't give a fuck if I met a chick and her old boyfriend's name was Devinwade and that shit was written on her ass. That one gotta get erased. That wasn't for this Devinwade. That joint right there gotta get deleted. You could get a new one, but it ain't gonna be off the old
Yo,
Devin
listen,
Wade. That's a spizzack.
That's
a fact.
That's stupid.
Me personally,
That's a fact.
No, I agree.
I'm still sticking with my answer, right? Because I'm me.
I agree with Dev.
And just try to be patient with it, right? Now, Monica's answer is a clear example of nice guys finish last. Right?
What?
When you try to be nice and be patient with a joint, you heard what she said.
Yeah.
She said, if you let me get it off for a minute, I'm gonna run it in the hole on you. And don't get me wrong, I respect her honesty. Because that's why a lot of times niggas gotta be how Dev said. It said from the rip, nah. What is it? What's going on? And get to the bottom of it and nip it in the butt. Because it's like, if I let you say, you know what? All right, I don't expect you to do this shit overnight. I'm gonna give you some time. Y'all start thinking niggas is suckers, right? And
That's why you gotta give time frames.
but that don't be the case.
Nah, you do.
And some of that shit is what keeps shit fucked up.
No, I'm
Know what
bringing it
saying?
up the moment I see it.
Good niggas keep getting dogged to the point where a good nigga turn bad. It's the same thing with
But
women.
that's why you gotta create boundaries and time frames. Like, listen, don't think you gonna get proposed to if you still got a person's name on you. Period.
It's like this. You wouldn't fuck with a chick that you dating wearing her old engagement ring that she's not engaged to the bull no more. But that's something that she could remove, right? Easily, right? Because it represents something. It's an ownership on her. Her having inked into her skin a fucking dude's name.
What if it was a matching
It's
tattoo?
when you
What if it was a matching tattoo and wasn't a
like
name?
a symbol.
Like we both got anchors.
You know
Then he
what?
probably
This-
wouldn't have even known unless you told him.
Most women aren't going to divulge that part.
Right.
Dev, tell me this though. It's at the point when we start claiming them and actually putting them on a pedestal that we care. Because before that, if you got a tattoo on you and I'm just fucking you, I just met you, we clicking, we drinking, we sipping, we clubbing, we fucking. I'm actually looking at that name like it's nothing. I'm fucking too, nigga. I'm looking at the name like, you know what I mean? It's,
but
it's
you-
when we start having plans of
Nah,
moving
but
forward
I think
Yeah,
I don't
no.
care. Because me personally, if I'm just fucking you and you ain't my girl,
No, if
I don't
I
care.
That's-
if
Yeah,
I
I agree.
personally sleep with a guy and I see a name, I'm not gonna say anything like in the moment, but afterwards we're pillow talking and we're laying down, I'm like, so
Like, so what's your mom's name?
who's this? And if they says who it is, I'm like, oh well that's nice. And then in my head I'm gonna be like, all right, note to self.
And
If I keep on wanting to fuck with him, I'm gonna bring it up. Like if he ends up making it official, I'm gonna be like, so remember that time I asked you about that? When is that gonna go away?
And I don't think every introduction to a person is like robotic first then love. I think people meet each other, genuinely hit it off, and you look at the woman from day one as like, yo, I fuck with her.
Yeah.
Not you. It's not like we just fucking right now. And he got to the. I think a lot of times you go out on a date with a chick that you met that you vibed with on day one as like, yo, you calling your homies like, yo, I met this John, bro. I'm on the wife in this John. It's plenty of times you meet chicks like that. So seeing a name on her even will bother you because you're not just looking at her as a bitch that you right now we just fucking on each other. You know what
But
I'm
the
saying?
Jones you was just dogging, you ain't care. The Jones you was just ripping.
because
it was just a rip
but
joint,
once
one night
again,
joint, club night.
because it was one of those things where I don't care. You could have had a fucking whole husband.
yeah, if you're dating,
I don't like you.
if
I
you're
don't
dating,
care.
you're dating to marry.
But see, listen, you just said the key word that I said in the beginning. It's when you start to like someone and really put them on a pedestal where you'll care.
But what I'm saying is, I'm saying that win part don't gotta come later.
Right. I get what you're saying.
There's girls, bro, that you fucking like that you
From the
see.
rip. I get what you're saying.
Like you liked her when you seen her in the store. You liked her when you seen her at her job. Like you was like, I like that bitch that work at such and such. You done went over there, slid, tried to kick it to her. You not looking at her like she's just a joint you trying to tackle. You like, yo, is a joint that's in there. I want her. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I would remove a tattoo though of a deceased significant other. Like if I had Wally's tattoo and he passed away, I don't think I would remove it.
Listen.
What?
Nah,
Oh no, fuck that.
I wouldn't.
I just feel like, but that's a different topic.
Oh no, fuck
passed
that.
away.
No, it's not a different topic.
No, I'm saying where I was getting where I was Gary go was kind of like a different topic.
Nah.
I just feel like I wouldn't ask you to get nothing removed unless I fucked with you, right? Unless I really fucked with you and I liked you and was, like I said, really growing on you. And my thing is, you getting something removed.
What you think?
You getting something removed and deciding not to, for real, and we already said that this shit is common sense. It basically decides, like, where you at with that old situation, and if
but
it's
he's
really,
passed away, so you can't really feel any type of way. Like
It's not about that, right, Monica? And I feel what you saying, because I've dealt with somebody that passed, right? And if I had his name tatted, that person that I'm dealing with, they understand how special that person is to me. But if I'm moving forward into marriage and a new future with someone, I have to, like, respect my significant other.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're letting go.
Exactly. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm letting, that I don't still
and
have
keeping
love
his
for
name
that
on
person.
doesn't mean that I'm hanging on to anything because he's passed away.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
but-
It does.
No,
It's
it doesn't.
actually 100.
All right, well, guess what? If he didn't pass away, we probably would still be together.
Right, but he has. So what was?
But he has. You could say that about every person. If we didn't break up, we wouldn't have broke up. Like,
Right.
if you can't put it like this. What is a tombstone, really?
It's for the people
all-
that
hold on,
are
listen,
still
wait,
here.
I gotta get
It's
this.
for the
I
people
gotta
that
get
are still
this.
here.
What is the tombstone for?
It's to identify where the
It's a representation of the person. We know that our person is not inside of the tombstone.
Right.
They got their name written on it with the date from when they was born to when they died, right? So now you telling me that my wife, I have to look at my wife's arm and there's a tombstone of her old nigga on her fucking arm forever.
And not only that, but just to add on to that, because it's the same thing, but it's basically like a fucking reminder to the nigga, the new nigga that you with now that's supposed to be forever and your new love. Like, you're just really like secondary. You're like a substitute. If my man wouldn't have passed, like, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
and that's
and you
why
don't
I'm
want
not
that
getting this
person-
removed.
Yeah,
a
and that's
nigga
why-
would feel like that.
Yeah, and you don't want that person to feel that way, right? Like, you don't want, we talked about this in our previous episode. We talked about, like, you don't want that person to be like, oh my God, I'm battling or competing with somebody that's not here.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But wouldn't you automatically think that? Even without the tattoo,
Yeah.
that, hey, if he never passed away, we wouldn't be together.
No.
I mean,
so you
no.
think about that regardless.
No.
You're not gonna think about that,
You're
though.
making it sound like that by holding on to this
To the
thing.
sit-
Because
yeah.
the truth is, like most relationships, most likely you and that nigga wasn't going to be together. Monica, you're 24 years old. Your nigga that you was with that died, most likely, if we was to really crunch the numbers,
That's crazy.
Y'all wasn't going to be together in 5 years. Just like everybody else that got with somebody at 22 years old.
I know,
No,
Dev. I know.
false.
Listen,
I don't believe it.
No,
What?
I know it sounds
You're
crazy.
saying there's
Listen,
no point in me dating right now.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But the truth is, we all at 23 years old was with somebody and thought, this is
It was
the
it.
forever.
It was it, yup.
And guess what?
Yup.
At 27 years old, I was like, this is my
You
girl
can't
forever.
say that. There's tons of
No,
people that
but
are
what I'm saying is that's what makes you be able to say, you can't sit here and say that if it wasn't for him dying, y'all'd still be together. Based on what? Based on everybody else in your circle that was with a nigga at that age, or they still with that nigga? No.
Nah, listen, he's speaking some shit for real. Like, you can't do that, because like people know. People know when like shit is changing, and you can't just say that from the rip like that.
It's not based on you. The thing is, you're now holding on to something and you're not willing to kind of like compromise based on, I want to represent this nigga for the rest of my life. You're making that person number one and making the other person number two. You're literally doing it.
And for real, to a lot of certain extent, I don't know what people's beliefs is, but a lot of people feel like, when people like go to a certain extent, kind of like, you are supposed to move on with your life, right? And those people are supposed to move on to that phase of life where they hit, where like we say, let people rest, right? And I think it just makes sense. That's like almost like to a certain extent, like with other shit, right? Where like when my father passed away, right? And I'm trying to hold on to memorabilia. I'm trying to hold on to a car that it's not going to run forever. It can't run forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you could try your hardest. You could try to keep it, antique it, all is whatever.
What it comes down to is that death is guaranteed. We all know that. Everyone's going to pass in some regard. At the end of the day, that person's gonna move on to the next stage of whatever, you know, the new life is. We are supposed, that person was supposed to be in your life for that person, for that season, that purpose, and that's that. You move forward. If you want to go love again, you can do so. Certain people don't want to go love again, and that's okay. But you can't go love again and then kind of bring that with you when you're trying to love again with someone else.
Yeah,
because
you kind of want me to be in a
person.
relationship with the nigga on your arm. Like, that's kind of what it sounds like to me. It's different when it's your father on your arm, your mom on your arm, or something like that.
Like,
but when it comes,
why? Why is
think,
it different?
Because it's different. Because that's blood. That's like, for example, for me, I want to keep my last name and hyphenate and then take on someone else's last name.
Some niggas
Reason being because that's my father. I want to keep that. That's something that I just want to keep because I only have one brother, and he's the only person that's gonna carry that legacy. But I still want to hold the name.
So he wouldn't be able to say that you're trying to like hang on to something that's no longer here.
Well, it's my blood because that's my name.
Yeah, I think. Listen, it's totally different for me to look on a woman's arm and see that her father than her old fucking boyfriend. It's not the same at all.
I think it's selfish on your end.
No, so you think that you could fuck with a nigga who got his girl?
I think it also depends where it's at.
No.
She can't. No. She lying.
Yo, I know
complete double standard.
Yo,
What?
Monica couldn't. Monica recently was jealous about a nigga talking to a female friend in the club. Listen, she is tripping.
Right.
There is no way that Monica Mulatto could fuck
That
with a
was a while
nigga.
ago.
Hold on. Monica Mulatto cannot fuck with a nigga that got
Deceased
his
girlfriend?
old girlfriend that died written across his chest. No way could she fuck with that.
Or an ex.
But
Or
I
if
would
she
feel,
just got
I
an
would
ex.
feel super selfish to be like, hey, I want you to remove that.
No, but when you start liking him, whether you say it now or not,
And
when
he
you
should just
start,
do it, period.
when you start liking him, and if you start liking him, you're gonna start wanting to get that shit removed.
But I'm
You're
saying
gonna
I would
start
feel
want-
bad for it. I would feel bad to ask him to remove it.
But you feeling bad for that?
You know why I'm gonna tell you not?
Ain't gonna overrule how you feel about yourself and what you want for yourself and this nigga that you like.
Right.
Like even
It could have depended on when he got it tatted. Did he get it tatted while they were together or after she passed away?
I don't give a fuck. When y'all got kids, how the fuck my son gonna be fucking walking around the house? Mommy got this name. Who the fuck is the dude mommy got tattooed across right here and shit?
Someone she once cared about.
So now my son grow up with his mom always got this Jasmine tattoo written across his fucking chest.
I mean, listen. Hold on. Listen, don't get it fucked up, right? Because we talking about real life.
Yeah.
Right? It's a lot of people that deal with this shit, right?
Yeah.
Now, if some people can deal with it and be able to like function with it, if it's a man, and don't get me wrong, I tip my hat off to him. If it's a man that can understand the scenario and say, you know what, he's gone, I don't care. Even with his new son in the picture, new daughter in the picture, and they seeing it, they get witness it, whatever. But for the most part, I agree with Dev that like it's not easy, it's not simple, and for real, it's over. It was the past, and yes, their memory, if you wanted to live on forever, I guess in your head, I don't know how many other places you wanted to live at without it affecting your new situation, your current situation, you know, because that's a thing. That's a thing.
All right, how about this then, Monica? You with a dude. Y'all get married. The dude never passed. Y'all been together since you was 23 years old, Monica, 24. You meet him tomorrow, Monica. Y'all together, y'all whole little life, whatever. At a certain point, he does pass away, right? Would you be offended or feel bad or feel crazy? You go to visit him at the grave and his other bitches going there, dropping off flowers, talking to him on the ground, crying over him, talking to him. You know, he's sitting at his grave. This is his old bitch.
Right.
This the bitch that was
He
with him
gone
before.
now.
He gone.
Are
but
you tripping?
But she love him, and they had a whole adventure together. You was with him 10 years. She was with him 10 years
That's
before
not
you.
fair.
Hold on,
If she felt some type of way, I can't tell her not to feel that type of way.
But I said,
Nah, you
I'm
gonna
asking,
feel away.
but I'm asking you.
Were they messing with each other when we were together?
You don't know.
Did she just have this magical
You don't know.
experience with him?
I don't
If
know.
she just had
Listen.
a magical experience with him when they were younger, okay,
I-
you can be
Wait,
sad.
wait.
I can't
Monica,
tell
you don't know though.
I
You're
can't
there.
tell him not to cry.
What? Listen,
Why are you
bottom-
crying over my boyfriend? Because he's dead,
Hold
bitch.
on. It don't matter when, how he did it. He fucked her while y'all was together. He fucked her while y'all was on a break.
I would be mad if he fucked her while we were together.
But I'm saying,
But how
they
do you
had
know?
a magical time before
you
me.
can't pull him up out of the grave and say, "Hey, motherfucker, did you fuck this bitch when we were together?" And she
I feel like it's a different conversation though, on a base of like,
No.
was
Hold
he
on,
cheating
hold
or
on,
not?
Wait. But do you understand the reason why we could ask this shit like this? Because Porter added this to the queue of questions and things we had. You know how many women find out that they nigga had other bitches at the funeral?
Right.
That's the most normal place.
Real shit.
Soon as you see a bitch in there going crazy crying that nobody don't know who the fuck that is.
I can testify.
Yeah, Wally,
Word.
I was gonna
Listen,
ask
Listen,
you.
let me tell you something.
Whoa.
I didn't go to the funeral. Number one,
This is
I
of
don't-
the
I don't
boyfriend that
really-
passed?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't do funerals.
Yeah. Oh,
But
wow.
one thing's for sure, two things for certain. When a person passes, you start hearing all the things. That's what happens.
Especially from-
everything from the negative to the positive to the women. You find out everything. Even when my father passed, I found out about 2 siblings I never heard about. They literally just came out of the woodworks. They knew everything about me, you know, and they just reached out to me because that's something that my dad wanted. So it's gonna happen at every funeral. And I mean, for me, I didn't experience that because again, I don't really do funerals, but
So
my
you're
ex-
telling me you would have felt some type of way
I
if
felt
you
it.
if you
Let me
were
tell you
at the
something.
funeral.
I felt a way knowing that my nigga cheated and had all these other different women. And he wasn't even alive. I felt
Okay.
a way. I went through a whole different grieving stage.
That's different because he cheated. I'm talking about even
you're
if the
not-
girl.
But the thing is, no matter if the girl used to deal with him or not, or whatever the case may be.
if it was a high school
it don't-
girlfriend, you would have felt some
but
type
Monica,
of way.
you would never know unless you can't know
If
until
you
you
knew,
ask.
if you knew,
I didn't know about none of them. I didn't know about these women. I didn't know.
Listen, Monica, no matter what, I mean, and Monica, just the thing, Monica could just be an alien on her own shit and this be how she feel. I think that
she is.
I think that people can't discount human nature.
Yeah.
You can hear about the girlfriend he had in high school, but seeing her love coming out of her face at that joint can affect you in a certain way because
but that's immature.
you're seeing
No,
it.
because if you say it's not.
I would cry over any of the niggas I cared about that I used to fuck with.
But
why would-
Monica, listen, you just said it. You would cry over any of the niggas that you fucked with.
Because
and
I
you,
cared
hold
about
on,
them.
All right, but listen, but you can't expect his fucking girl. If you had a nigga, he lied to you the whole time and never told you he had a girl. The whole time he had a whole fucking family, right? That you never knew about. You and him got tight. You grew on him, whatever. You don't see no harm in you being at the motherfucking gravesite. But she didn't know nothing about you.
This is
Hold
different,
on.
though.
No,
it's
but
kinda
she's
like,
saying, let's say it wasn't that Porter.
Let's say I'm not messing with a guy I haven't
She's just
talked to him
the
in 6
ex-boy-
years.
she's
If
the
he
ex-boy-
died, I would cry.
You
I
saying
would
if
be
he wasn't,
upset.
you saying if
Yeah,
you
but
wasn't
you're not
fucking
gonna
with
be.
him?
But you're not gonna be at the funeral.
I would be at
with
the
a
funeral with
casket.
I'm not going to be dramatic.
So
no.
this is
Right,
so
there we
this is-
go.
So here we go. That means that you starting to understand some point of the concept.
Right.
So if you felt that there's a role to play,
Right.
How do you feel about going to that nigga gravesite knowing that he got a wife and shit like that? That's what we're asking. Is you already saying you felt like there was a code of conduct that you felt like you needed to
No,
tuck-
I'm just saying I wouldn't care as much as to like be that dramatic. Like we weren't that close, but I'm still upset
But hold
that
on,
you
but
died.
what if you was? So now
So
you
now
saying
we're cheating
So
together?
no. Monica, you might have fucked with him and it was a passionate, great thing to your life. Your history was top notch. Maybe you do want to cry all crazy at the John, but you probably keep it a little bit tucked out of respect for this nigga's wife and kids that's sitting
Right.
in the fucking front row.
Right.
Like we know when people calling Philly drawing.
Yeah.
I mean,
You drawing right now.
I mean, to be honest, let's be honest, Dev. Like, I think a lot of women, and maybe males as well, have kind of like learned and understood these roles of when you kind of like on the outside. You know what I mean? And like when it comes to shit like this, what were we talking about? A person passing, a significant other, the other people, right? I think a lot of people know they're not allowed to come No, they shouldn't be.
Exactly.
They play their role.
Bro, you think like I got ex-girlfriends that didn't do nothing wrong. They were great people. It was me that was the nigga running around acting like a motherfucking fool. I look at them as fully respectable people. If I got the news that certain ones, this one passed, I almost feel like it ain't even my place to be there.
Right.
In a sense, like it's not my place
So
to be.
I'm gonna be shamed by paying my respects to somebody that passed away because
there's a way
you're
of
too
paying your
immature.
respect.
It's the way I'm paying my respect.
So I'm
Hold
paying
up.
my respect to the tomb and the tombstone site or whatever, and his wife pulls up when I'm done or whatever.
What I'm saying is I'm paying, me personally, I'm paying the respect by not disrespecting her husband.
Yeah,
That's how I'm
paying.
That's how I'm going
Because
to pay the respect.
if his ghost
That
was
nigga
sitting there
love his
watching,
wife.
he'd be like, my wife comes to this gravesite. Do not come to my gravesite where my wife comes to pay her respects.
It's like, bro, this is the person that I love,
Like,
and now you're making something uncomfortable possibly for them. How is that respect for me? We over. We wasn't calling each other. We wasn't on the phone.
Well, that's why
our
I think-
life went.
I
our
haven't
life
talked to you
went
in
somewhere
6
else.
years, 10 years,
Yeah,
X
we
amount
went
of
our
years.
own
Why you
way.
showing
Why
up
the
now all
fuck
of a
is
sudden?
you doing that? That's like it looked like all you doing in a sense is coming here to like muddy
Stir
some
up.
waters.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
It reminds you of the person at the wedding when they say, if anybody got any last things
They
to say,
say something.
say something, forever hold your peace. You're like the person at the gravesite
That's what it feels.
that just doesn't want to hold your peace.
Yeah.
But this is actually real life. I feel like, number one, that's the reason why I didn't go to the funeral. Number one. Number two, I don't feel I really don't, like, I knew it was going to be a show. I knew it was going to be a show. And for me, I just didn't, it was already enough to deal with everything, having to, curate the funeral, set it up, dude, that's enough in itself. So then when you got to go to the damn funeral and then see all the other shit, it's like, this is too much. I already had to like get him situated, get a tombstone, pay for this, pay for that, and then got to go in there and deal with all the righteous, because at this point, people going to show up.
Listen, I dealt with a lot of chicks in my life. And we actually had good times, fun times. I'm like a nice ass nigga even when I'm on fuckboy time.
Right.
They look at me like Dev's a great dude. He just wasn't
fuckboy.
He just wasn't boyfriend material.
Right.
He's a good ass, funny ass nigga.
Right.
Man, if I pass, I don't need them all sitting around crying in front of my motherfucking grave with my girl sitting there trying to grieve, and she gotta look at all the bitches of my past that sitting there
That's
crying.
a crazy feeling.
That's just crazy to me.
That's why if you want that to go right, and if you want that type of ending, you gotta be a super honorable nigga. You gotta just stay single and just have all these joints and just be chilling. You ain't never lied to nobody. And just go ahead and die with that big bang.
Because not for nothing, you gotta understand that feeling.
The Big Bang
hearing
Theory.
about, I didn't even get to see, but to hear was enough for me. I was angry at a person that wasn't alive for a very long period of time.
Wow.
So because he cheated on you, right?
And
I don't know. I don't know because I was never.
But just a lot of shit.
You don't have any answers.
But you was mad because a lot of shit came out the woodworks. Period.
Period. You start hearing all this stuff. You like, whoa, what happened? Even with my dad, they say all the things start coming out to light. You don't want to hear that. So you go through all these different grieving processes. So it just makes you think moving forward, if anybody passes in your life and you dealt with them, please don't show up to that funeral.
Because you got to think, at the end of the day, they're not there, right?
Yeah, they can't defend themselves.
They're not there. So if you really about the paying respects to them, you could do that shit at home. You could do that wherever. When you go there knowing what you possibly adding to the joint, that's not paying respects. That's adding drama. It's adding possible drama. In no way of you being there could you tell me one thing that it could help.
Yep.
You can only name things that it could hurt. If you could tell me one thing that it would help, you could change my mind. Hold on. Give me one thing that it would help. You showing up at your old boyfriend's funeral with his wife and kids there. Tell me one thing positive that would do for his family.
Show that he was a honorable person.
No.
Show that his dick was made
It
of
shows how many.
armor.
It shows how many people loved him.
Showed that his dick was made of
all
armor.
these people really
He had the
loved
armor. He had the armor all dick.
All these people really loved my husband.
Cause you ain't care. You went through the wife and everybody said, "I'm at this cemetery."
Cause you know what happens too? You had that conversation. You can't be like, oh, he was a great. I remember when we used to, you can't start reminiscing with the wife or the girlfriend or whatever.
Because they gonna look at you like,
Yo,
I'm not trying to hear that.
If I fuck with a chick, right, and she was cheating on her dude, I was the side nigga, right? And I'm fucking with a heavy. She's tough. She's heavy. She's good. I don't know why she's cheating on boy. But I'm just telling you, and that shit, she died. Dude killed her. He found out.
Damn.
Yo,
Right?
bro, what?
Wow, but go ahead.
I'm
Okay.
trying to paint it. You
Okay.
let me
Okay,
paint
okay.
it.
All right, sorry.
Sometimes I paint dark.
All right, go ahead. Go
It's
ahead.
all fucking good.
Picasso
But whatever.
Porta.
Okay, he slumps her. All right? I get wind of it, right? But I knew she was married and all of that shit. Guess what? I gotta mourn by myself. I gotta cry in the crib.
Why? Because you think the people gonna say that they blame you for it happening?
Any of that could happen.
That's true.
That could definitely happen. But you being a whole new card in the equation and just showing up now.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget about me.
Yo, you know how many women really will grab that microphone?
Yo.
Yo, listen.
Dev, it's
They will
trifling.
listen.
It's trifling.
Women will grab that motherfucking microphone in there and start talking all they memories.
I feel
with
like
Billy.
people do that regardless, though. Like, even if people that weren't that close to you, like fake friends, stuff like that, people pass away and they start posting online and people are just like, you weren't even close.
Posting online is easier to do. It's harder to get that off.
that's crazy. 'Cause
At
it's
the
like
funeral.
they're using somebody who's not even here for clout.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
that's
some
crazy.
of the women, they really did feel that way about that nigga, but they ain't had no business walking up on that stage and
saying
sharing
that.
those memories.
Facts.
But it's true.
Some
They
people-
might have been with that person for a long time. Like one of my dad's, ex-girlfriends passed away and he didn't attend
Right.
that John. It just would have been that type of thing. They had a nice amount of time together. It would have been awkward. It would have been weird. It just,
People make, and I'm gonna say this story and we're gonna hop off the subject, but there was this girl. Well, number one, there was this guy I knew from Philly. He was married. I remember I met his wife or whatever so I got introduced to him to a friend of mine. So I know he had a wife. I know he had kids or whatever, but he always had a side John, like a young John, always. He had different ones, but then he ended up with this one chick and he was with her for a couple years. I mean, posting on Instagram. She was posting him. They were always in the limelight together, the clubs or whatever. This guy gets killed and she could not attend that funeral. Why? Because his wife. So you with this man every day of your life,
Wait.
regardless of whatever.
And the wife knew that they were together?
I don't even think she might have knew of her, but
Well,
whatever
they're
the
posting
case.
and doing all of that, how does she not know?
I mean, she was older. They were old. Him and her were older, so she probably got wind of it or whatever. But at the end of the day, she was not allowed.
because the wife is the one
She
that
knew
put,
if they were posting each other.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but you gotta also think what you think the funeral gets put together by a magical committee?
no.
Right.
The fucking
no.
wife got to put that shit together. You
That's
coming to
why
her
she was the
party.
wife.
You coming to her event. That's who's putting the shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's her show.
Yeah, yeah. So
You get left with material things, an apartment you can't afford, and that's that.
Yo, if I die and I was cheating and shit and doing just reckless shit, I just want
What do you want me to tell your side chicks?
I want all y'all to get along.
He said, oh, y'all.
So you want them all to pull up?
I want everybody to blame it on me. Just let me, because it was really like me a lot of the time.
Now-
A lot of the time, it do be like that. For real, and it's crazy because I'm just talking shit right now, just a little humor, adding to it. But in a lot of these situations, like Wally said, look at her situation. And not to take away from her people, because amazing person, right? Dope nigga. But we human, right? We human. Nobody's perfect here.
Right.
We all human. We all have done wrong one time or another, right? So who's to judge people whether somebody did it after you, before you, whatever?
Right.
But he passed, and then eventually she got wind of new things.
Let me ask you, does it make a difference? Because I'm trying to see things from everybody's point of view, and I definitely want everybody in the comments to go hard with this. Does it matter if it's your baby dad? At the it's your ex, but that's your kid father.
No, you gotta be there.
Yeah.
So now it's a little bit different.
Because that's your child. You gotta support your child in that moment. So say like, for example, my mom wasn't with my dad, but his, woman that he was with was there.
Right.
My mom got 2 kids by this man.
Right.
We need to be there.
Now, is there any protocols to that?
What if the baby mom goes on the stage and starts saying about her memorable times?
Nah,
with
that's
It's
So
different.
that's
we brought
what
life into this world.
But that's what I need.
Nah,
but
you don't
He was
need-
such a
you
great
let-
father.
No. You let the kids, if the kids is old enough to speak, you let them speak. You don't sit there and start reminiscing about your time with that man. That's not your
With
responsibility.
his wife in the audience.
Yeah, you don't do that.
I feel like as a baby mom, though, if you were going to say something, I wouldn't necessarily reminisce, but I would just be like, God rest his soul. He always made sure my kids were good. And at the end of the day, like, I'll always remember him for that. Short, sweet, to the point.
You know what? And that's respectful.
I
See,
will respect
Monica
that,
want to
but
go
that's
up there
still-
and
but
be a
that's even
demon.
sti- But
I
that's
wouldn't go up
even
there and be
still-
like-
Monica want to go up there, and when they'll let her talk, she gonna let
She
the
wanna
bird
be-
out the cage.
she wanna be
She
the
gonna
one
let
that's
the bird
stirring
out
the
the cage
pot.
early. The white
She
bird.
want to start problems at the funeral.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not going to be up there like, remember when we used to take our kids to the carnival?
Yeah,
Like,
Monica
no.
messy. Monica is messy.
That's my baby dad.
Messy
That's
mulatto.
my baby dad.
Messy mulatto. Messy mulatto. Go ahead and order
Monica
that.
get
my
burnt out.
God.
Next time y'all see her at the bar, tell her
We're
you
gonna
want a
have to
messy
have, we gonna have to
mulatto.
have security for Monica. Bitch is gonna be wanting to fight her all the time.
Yes. Oh
But
my
it's-
God.
But I haven't been in any fights.
She hasn't.
But listen,
Thank God.
in her defense, it's only because her love is so strong.
Yeah.
When she loves you, she can't let go, even when you die. Like her love is strong.
Listen,
my
listen,
God.
man.
Dead. He's
Befo-
gone. Like,
befo-
that's sad. I would cry if G passed away. I don't even really know him. Like,
She's
I'd
the
be
one.
upset.
Don't put that.
I'd be upset.
Don't put that on my nigga G visuals behind the cameras right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That nigga young as
But
hell.
I'm saying, like, I'm just
on.
empathetic. I think, like, I feel people's
Emotions,
pain.
yeah.
I get
have-
it, but it would be drawn if you went up there and
It
was just
would be
like,
drawn if I
look,
went on stage
if you went
'cause
on
his
stage and
girl
you was
would be
just
like, what the fuck?
yeah, she like, hold on, why you got big butt Jones?
She gonna be like-
what's going on, G?
Like he recorded me on my twerk break. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Remember
Monica.
that time
He
I
always-
threw it back and you got the angle?
That's crazy. Look, G
Look,
right.
he not even laughing.
G ain't
not
even
showing
laughing.
teeth.
Yo, G is not even laughing behind the cameras. He's sitting there like,
But it wouldn't be out of disrespect, like Porta said. I just genuinely care.
Nah, I dig that. I said it playing, but I dig that. I dig
listen,
that.
man. Before we get out of here, yo.
Can we do a
Listen, hold on. Before we get out of just one last piece.
Right.
I really have seen females say fuck everybody. I was fucking him.
Yeah, that's true.
I loved him. Fuck the wife. Fuck the kids.
Right.
Fuck everybody. I'm showing up. I seen it. So
I would have went.
I
The
get what
nigga
you're
I
saying.
was a side bitch too. I'm going to your funeral.
I get what you're
I was
saying.
going to the
No.
funeral. Yes, I was going.
You can't do
Yes,
that.
I was.
It's
Yes, I
toxic,
was.
but I would sit next to you
I
and
was going.
support you in your feelings.
But I'm telling you,
going.
no.
telling Monica she can't go.
That's the crazy part. What she just said. That when somebody is in that situation,
No, somebody got to keep
they-
her in check from
no, but
saying
hold
too
on.
much.
They got a whole squad that'll be like, bitch, I know how he loved you. We there, bitch.
See, I ain't say all that.
No
But
bullshit.
I would not be on the microphone, but I would
Listen,
definitely.
listen,
Yeah, bitch, you
Monica. What I
Damn,
will,
I'm telling you.
Monica, what I will tell you is, I know that you were raised white and very naive.
Not raised right.
Listen,
raised white.
Raised white.
Harris-
I swear
Harris
to God,
clearly.
I can't think of no scenario in any family, in my family, where that wouldn't end in you hospitalized. I'm talking about cousins, aunts, everybody.
Of whose
would-
family? Wait, whose family?
I'm talking about if I think of any one of my cousins, anybody, they passed away, and then a girl came that we don't know aside,
His
Jones.
wife is there.
Bro,
No, but see, it's different because his family knew me. That's why I'm saying.
listen. Damn, that's kind of
What I'm
grimy.
saying. Second
That's-
girlfriend.
At the
remember?
family,
I know,
second
but-
girlfriend.
no,
If the
but-
family knew
no,
you
no,
and
no.
they black or Spanish, they gonna let you know,
Listen.
like, mira, nena,
No,
aquí no, aquí no
listen.
hace eso.
Her
No,
family.
habla español.
No, listen.
They gonna say you got to go.
Listen.
Aquí no hace eso.
If the wife's
Kiss my culia.
no, listen. If the wife's family is in the building, you are in danger. This is literally the worst day of her life. and you are making it worse. This is the
Okay,
worst.
wife. Can you not say wife though? Because that's different.
It's his
That's
girl.
A
Do
different
they got
level.
kids together?
It's a different level.
Hold on. Wait.
a
Do they?
different
Do
level.
they?
It is like
Hold on.
imaginary kids
No.
together.
We're not doing that. We're not doing this.
But girlfriend's trip.
Hold on. Wait. We're not doing this. Do they live together?
Yes.
Do they live together, Monica?
Yeah.
Do they have kids together?
Yeah.
You can't say it's a different level if they married.
It is a different
They
level.
already live together with a whole family with kids.
They just don't got a
That's
document.
They just don't got a signed paper.
I'll go with that.
Monica already.
Yo,
Monica,
she just yawned and
It
said
says
that
she's going.
Monica has pleaded guilty to being a homebreaker at once or twice.
Yes, she did. She's a homebreaker.
That's why we love her.
Listen,
Because she gives us raw truth that we can actually build and learn from.
and we're going to have to protect Monica at all times.
At
because
all-
she's going to
times.
get herself body. All right, was hot. Now it's not. Before we
This
get out of
fucking
here.
room. This room.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the answer.
No, this room is
Hold on,
actually still hot.
No,
What's
it
hot?
was
Now it's
hot,
not.
and
Yeah.
it's still. It's
still hot.
It's
You're
still
wrong.
hot.
This room is still hot.
Terrible. Listen,
I'll leave right now.
you're just argumentative.
I'll leave.
That's how
Listen.
she really be getting.
Was hot,
I
now
like
it's
don't
not.
point at me.
What's hot now is not. A lot of weird dances. What happened to the dances?
Oh, like
right?
shoot.
And it's crazy because we're in a dance era still.
What's
right?
what's the
where
one right
people
now?
were
Shake that shit.
I think before we had real dancers dancing, we had Millie Rock. We had
That wasn't a real dance.
We had
no, it was a real dance.
What's
We
that?
had
The one
the
that's like
shoes.
something
Yeah,
I
Shake
can't do
that
it.
shit
Yeah.
still the
I
same
can't-
shit. That's
Don't even try.
I can't do
No,
those
no,
dances. My
but-
body just don't move like these
No,
kids.
we had Millie Rock. We had Jerk. You could jerk. The Jerk boys started jerking.
Jerk.
I don't know how the jerk go
Jerk.
either.
You could jerk.
She
then-
know all the dances.
And mind
Yes, I
you, these were like the late dances because we come from the WAP, all the old school dances and shit like that.
So what you saying?
I'm saying they dead. And what's the deal? What the fuck you mean? What am I saying?
He's saying they not hot
Guess
no
what?
more.
Guess who's gonna show up at the funeral and still do the dance?
Hit the climb.
Think about it. Look, I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all all one question real quick, and anybody can answer if they want to, just to prove my point. What's the newest, biggest dance out?
Shake that shit.
Shake that shit.
And what's the dance?
What
How
is
does
It's
it?
like
I never
shake
heard
that
it.
shit,
Some fruity
shake that
ass
shit.
Shake that shit.
Oh, well,
Shake
guess
your
what?
hips.
That's why me and
Or
Dad don't
this
know.
one. Hold on.
Because you just said it's some fruity ass
It
shit.
is.
Or this one,
Every
what is
nigga
that?
that I'm watching while I'm bartending do that shit is the
That's
biggest
the new
turn
one.
off in the entire world.
We come
that shit
from
is so
we
weird.
come from shake this shit.
You shouldn't be. Yeah, do that.
And you used to be in the club shaking this shit.
They really
We come
like
from
shaking their whole
that.
hip. Like just
Keep it
shaking
real
their butt.
though. Remember when niggas used to be like this?
Just
Niggas used
grinding.
to throw their hands
That's
behind
called
their back
give me a
and do
Wally.
dance like,
Listen,
no, I'm just
I'm
telling
so
you.
listen. I'm so
Niggas
hot. I
shooks.
can't even think. But let me tell you something. What's hot and what was hot now is not for
God,
me.
he's stroke.
Can y'all please stop doing facial boomerangs like these? Stop.
Oh,
Like
they
it
did.
has to go.
Monica.
I do him.
They did?
Okay, I got
Oh
one.
shit.
I just think
Oh,
it's weird.
shit.
Boomerang maybe like a cheer or
boomerang. They
something,
did?
but like you.
Yo, Monica is
No,
a
I
boomerang.
No, wait, the boomerang, I don't do the head tilt. Like, I'll just do a standstill boomerang.
No, she do it. She
I
do
don't
it.
go like
No,
this.
duck face. Duck face was hot,
That's
and
a
now
hot-
it's
no,
not.
it's not, yeah.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
everybody was in the pictures with the. Now, if I see that, it's cringeworthy. Like I'm cringing. Don't do duck face.
I don't like duck face.
Yeah.
You know what was hot? And I didn't even know it was hot until it was taken away from me. It's not hot now.
Don't say your ex-girlfriend.
No. No. Please, what? You trying to get me bodied. Listen. What was hot was free plastic bags in stores in New
Oh,
Jersey.
yes.
Oh.
Man, it ain't
Amen.
nothing like walking into Walmart realizing you ain't got no motherfucking bag.
Hello.
You gotta buy fucking bags now. I didn't notice it went in effect till I went in a clothing store, bought a shirt, and the nigga just handed me the shirt.
Not me.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on when he handed me the shirt. I was like, my man,
Yeah. No, that's how they
give
rock
me a
now.
bag, give me a bag,
How it
my
looks
nigga.
like you stealing.
And he was
you got
like,
security.
there is no bags.
You know what you gotta do? When you go, right? If you just doing a small amount of shopping, grab the hand baskets, put everything in the hand basket.
Take the handbasket.
When they
with you.
ring everything up, put it back in the hand basket. Take the hand basket with you. Whenever you come back, Just bring it back.
Oh, this nigga.
Nah, the worst is when you go.
I took ShopRite whole
Listen, the worst is when you go to the grocery store and you ain't got no bags.
No, real rap. That's what I'm saying.
They're like, oh, it's $3 per bag, man. Fuck out of here.
My mom, Aldi, actually never had bags. If y'all ever used to shop at
Aldi.
Aldi's or Aldi's, they never, Aldi's, Aldi's, whatever y'all want to call it, they never had bags. So my mom would go in the aisle, and you know how they kind of have things like in the aisles, like on top of boxes and boxes, like all the chips. We would take the box and we would fill the box up, and we would just carry the boxes to the car. And my mom would be like, "Fuck behind the
That's like Aldi's code, though. I think it's allowed.
No, the craziest it is. The craziest part is first time I ever went to Aldi, I literally felt like I robbed the store. Yo, I went to the counter with so much shit. I used to be hooked on energy drinks. All these energy drinks, mad food, all this shit. It was crazy. When I got to the counter, boy was like, that'll be $9.89. It was a price so low that I said, yo, my man, you done missed mad shit. You gotta skin this shit again. And he like, nah, that's the price. Aldi, the cheapest fucking place on earth, and the only thing they do is take the bags away. If somebody gonna take the bags away, fuck with Aldi. But when I'm at motherfucking
Wegmans,
come on, Wegmans.
I ain't giving up no more of my secrets, but I eat good.
Oh no, yo, hey yo,
I'm with you,
we
boy.
not we not
I've
doing
been
it.
taking bacon out my purse.
Yo, who was I with that we was in the section where it was frozen fucking like it was fucking like crabs, like clusters, and the nigga just took clusters and just put them in his drawers. It was crazy. That nigga just took a whole...
You know he had real crabs before. He was like, fuck.
No, they were steamed by the time I got home.
I got the jumbo joints now.
Yo, crazy. I get nervous. Porter, no. I get nervous around any type of shoplifting activities.
Sometimes I've had a bad habit of stealing around my friends, and they definitely be trying to leave out the store. I've been at Wawa with them. I show him shit. I be like, this is the aisle, like. And Devin be like, see, here you go. Then start walking fast away
I ain't
from
gonna
me.
hold you.
I'll
Target,
tuck it.
when you start making me having to scan my own shit, I'm gonna take some shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yo.
If I gotta go boop,
That's
boop,
right. That's
boop,
right.
I'm a boop,
My
boop,
boo.
boop, boop.
Runs in the Latin culture.
Yo.
We've been deprived.
And that's it. If I gotta do it, I'm gonna take some
That's
shit.
right.
They put that in their budget. I'm
Yo.
pretty sure they did.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I literally account for everything. I never skip.
we respect
my
that,
girl.
Dad.
My girl knows I'm so terrible.
respect it.
No, I'm so terrible. My girl was mad as shit. I took a tie out of the store, out the mall by accident. I was wilding in the car. We gotta take this joint back. My girl, like we already left, nigga. Fuck that.
And I'm the opposite. I'm the type that know you like how you are, and I'm the friend to say, I'll steal for you. Hold on. Just chill, because I can't let you pay for it neither. So if it's stealable, nah, it's like, but I mean,
Let me
listen,
tell y'all
I'm
something.
hold
It's
on,
so
hold on,
hot
hold on.
in here. We just saying anything.
No,
it's hot.
but we not really saying anything because it always be like a little like kind of like gem to what I'm saying. And what I want to
wrap
say
the
is
gen up, 'cause-
what I want to say is no, I will. But what I want to say is for anybody that has stolen little and stolen small, right? And we live in a fucked up world where people really leaders and everything. A lot of shit is like a little fucked up. It could be better. Right? And a lot of this shit where we live at is a whole stolen place. It's stolen land. Right? So just, no. That's the real shit. We got to keep that at fucking the realest because that's why they do what they want. That's why, listen, leaders steal millions and billions. They don't care. They don't care. They be
So
like,
that's why-
They
so
look
that's
at
why-
people like us like peons and dummies.
So that's why you took them Twix?
Absolutely.
Hold on, Porter, real quick, before, and they're gonna roll the wheel like this. I need you to do something on 3 real fast
Let's
without
do
no
it.
warning. Without no warning. This is
sorry,
what I
what's
need you to do. Smell Wally armpit right now. Smell Wally armpit. Smell Wally armpit.
It smells like metal. Like good metal. But a good metal. It's
Okay.
very, it's
No, because
I kinda
listen.
smell
No,
now.
because
She's not
hold
funky?
on.
I'm not funky.
It's
Hold on.
No,
No,
she's not- she's not
no.
funky.
Wally got deodorant, the
Yeah.
different kind. You
It smell like
No,
when
I
I
use the
smell my
organic
armpits
today,
on my-
though.
it
Oh,
smell
she
like
did.
I
It
use
smell
the
like
trash.
it's like metal flowers.
Okay,
She
because
likes
Wally,
rose
metal.
you know, Wally like to use like fruits and berries and nuts and
But
shit
I
like
get
that.
yelled at when I smell my armpits.
That's because you're smelling your own
Come
randomly
here.
in the
Hey,
back
big,
of the joint.
Big baby, come bring them big joint. Come here. Come over here.
Yo, no,
Yo, can you?
Smelling of it.
Yo,
Let me tell y'all guys, it's so hot. I had to take the
Yo,
headphones off.
hold on. Where we landed on?
Work break.
Need some water.
Oh, twerk. It must be 150 million degrees in the studio right now. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Look at the sweat on Porta Rich forehead. G visuals, get in there, G. Get over here, G. Get over here, G. Yo, give G a shout. Here, G. Get him, G. And listen, man. For myself, for G Visuals, for motherfucking Monica Mulatto, for Sin City, for Porta Rich, for Walesca D. We hot as fuck. I don't know what's going on in the world right now, man. Global warming, all that shit, man.
They want to stop us.
Listen, man.
They want to stop us.
We out of here, y'all. Peace.